Okay, you saw something funny, you took a picture, or you saw something on the internet, an image. You want to make a meme. You want to post to Facebook, Twitter, or Reddit. Now you can go out to the internet and find a website that makes memes automatically for you. You can use your own editing software. But if you don't have any, you can just use the built-in editing software in Windows 10. So let's say you're on Reddit and you see something funny, you want to repost it. Because reposts are big, everybody hates them, everybody loves them. So here's a guy here who posted his game cabinet. I want to save this, so I just right-click on it and say Save Picture As, similar in Chrome and Firefox. Now this isn't just Reddit, but any place you find a file on the internet you want to copy and you have it in a window like this, just right-click and save it. Let's say of all things, I want to be original, so I'm going to go out to my library, and this is looking at OneDrive because my camera stores stuff and it's all synced out there. And here's one I did outside our condo, and it's a sidewalk that's flooded. Okay, so what do? You want to save this through OneDrive mechanism somewhere. Now I'm going to save it here on my Reddit directory. I'm going to grab it and move it over there. I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to go look for it. And to do that, well, here, let me add the date modified here, sort by that. Okay, and there it is. There's the image I want. Yep, there it is. So I just confirm that. Now that it's saved on my hard drive, I'm going to right-click on it to rename it, so I know which one it is. So let's go down here to rename, and I'm going to call it Flooded Sidewalk Original. So I know this is the original copy. Once that's done, I'm going to want to edit it. So I'm going to right-click on the file, and it's going to say that I can use the photo app, but it doesn't have the features. So I'm going to use the built-in Paint 3D. Yeah, the one everybody talks about that's so terrible. You can also choose your own if you have other editors and everything. But because I'm trying to show that you can do this with just Windows 10, we're going to use the Paint 3D app. So I click on that, and it launches Paint 3D. So depending upon where you got your image from, it may be too big to work with. So you want to reduce the size, especially, by the way, if it's a camera. So I'm going to click on canvas size here, and you'll notice that this one is 5300 by 3000 something. Now before I type in new values here, I want to make sure that the lock aspect ratio and the resize image with canvas are checked. As a matter of fact, I'll show you what happens if it doesn't. If we go over here and we highlight this, and we put in 800 here, and we hit the enter key, you only get a piece of the image because the canvas got smaller, but the picture didn't. So I'm going to back up. I'm going to say both of these. Now I'm going to do that again. I'm going to say 800 here, hit enter. And now you see it changed the image. By the way, I'm using the mouse scroll button to scroll in, and then the bars to position. Now, before we get started with 2D text, truth be told, you can skip to the section about 3D text if you want, because you can move it later on. You can't do that with 2D. But here's how to create the text, and it works in both 2D and 3D. So I'm going to click on text up here. I want to make sure that I'm in 2D text over there. Click anywhere on the screen, and the box will open up, and you can immediately start typing in that box. But it's using the system font. So if you don't like that system font, you want some other font for your meme, okay, you can do that before or after. So if you click here and change your font, and a good font for memes is Arial MT if you have it. Let me scroll down a little bit more here. And if I click on that, you notice it didn't change because I didn't have it highlighted. So we're going to do it again. I'm going to click on this is a meme after it's highlighted. Go find the same font again. Get there. There we go. And you'll notice, boom, we have that nice blocky meme font. Now I can also, while it's highlighted, change colors. If I highlight it like this and click on color, there's that white that we want for our meme. So while I'm still in editing mode, I can do other things. I can grab the that box, okay, and hover over it until you see the little crosshairs, and you can move the box around. There we go. Move it down here. And then I can grab a corner, resize it, whatever I want. I can rotate it by using the rotating tool. So I'm going to finish that and move it down to the bottom, where a lot of memes have text, out of the way of the picture. And very important to note, if you click anywhere outside this box, it's going to lock it in place, and you cannot re-edit in Paint 3D. You can't click on it to reactivate the controls. You can't do anything to that particular one. And that's because this is 2D text, not 3D text. We'll cover 3D text in a minute, but you can only move everything together. Once it's edited, it's locked in. You can resize the picture, you can do all those things. You can't change the text in the object or the color or any of that. So that's fine if that's all you want to do. But I'm going to add a second text area, and I'm going to first choose a smaller font. I'll get ready to do what I want to do. Select the color, perhaps. I'm going to drag the box, right? And before I start typing, let me change the color here. And then I'm going to start typing in the secondary text box. More comments. So again, while I'm still in editing mode, I'm going to go ahead and resize it. I'm going to use a background fill, okay, and choose the color for that. A lot of people use a black background with letters. I'm going to move it somewhere I want to move it to, maybe down here. Or you know what, maybe we'll move it somewhere else. We'll move it up towards the puddle. And I want to rotate this, perhaps, and have it appear like this. Now when I'm done, I click anywhere else, and it causes it to be permanent, just like the other one. So there it is, permanently done. We're done with our meme. We're ready to publish it. Let's say you want to get a little fancy. We're going to do the same thing. We'll start fresh here, and we're going to make sure that the canvas size, all the things we did. But on text, we're going to click over here under 3D text. Same settings here for sizes and all that, whatever we want, colors, do all that, bold, all those things you want to do when you're going to create your 3D text. Same editing controls occur. If I start typing here and it's too big, I can just highlight it and change it. So let me go ahead and finish that. Highlight it with Control A, come over here to the size, make it a smaller size I want, and do whatever I want here. Again, just like before, don't click outside of it because you'll lock it in. Drag your box around till you get it in the size you want, all that, font you want, color, all the things you want to do, just like it was in the regular text. The difference being is once you click outside, it'll convert it to 3D text. Okay, so let's do that. Now, once we do that, again, it locks it in. By the way, ignore the colors around the text. It's just because you have it selected and wants you to be able to see it. Click anywhere else and you'll see it as normal. Well, that's not normal because you have controls that you can do to it that affect its 3D. I can still move it using the standard hover and the cross and move it around to where you want it, okay? But you notice here it's got a rotate control, and if you look, your text changes three-dimensionally in that direction. So once you have it there, you can let go of it wherever you have it to where you think you want it. Okay, you can do other things as well. Let me go ahead and click back on it again and re-highlight it like you couldn't do with 2D text and rotate it that way. I can rotate it three-dimensionally that way. I can also do this, which places it above and or either in front or behind other 3D objects. But for text, it doesn't really make difference in this application. So there I am. I have it right how I want. A nice 3D text. Let me go ahead and change it a little bit. I can use these controls over here to flip horizontally, do things like that a lot easier. But for fine control, use the items there in the box itself. I can do this all day, play around with it, reverse it, do whatever I want to do. Unlike 2D, I can go back in and move it around and change it a bit. I can't change the fonts in that, but I can at least change its position. And I can do the same thing I did before, is that once I've done all the rotation I want or whatever, change the texturing, which it doesn't make a big difference. But once I'm done playing around, I can create a second one simply by doing the same thing, making sure that I click on the 3D text here first and draw another section and start making it there. So let's create that second one. Let me type in second one. Okay, highlight it, change the font, change the color. Okay, resize it, position it, all that, and do all that so that we have two separate objects. Now, by the way, you can group the objects together where I want it. If you right click, okay, and you say multi-select, or by using group, which groups them permanently, or you can simply drag across both objects, and now you can move them together so they don't lose their relationship with each other. So you make your final adjustment, click off somewhere else. It's all locked in here. This is what you want to save. So to do that, let's go up to the menu option up here, click on it, and go over here to the Save or Save As. And you can see here, there's the name of the file, but we want to save as. You can save as an image. You can save it in 3D mode so you can come back and edit it again. And we're not going to talk about video because we're only talking about memes here. Let's go into the image. And here you can do last minute adjustments to size and all that. But we're going to click on Save down here. And it should bring up your dialog box to your computer when you do that. So we do that. And we're going to name it something different. We're going to name it not the original, of course. We're going to say flooded sidewalk, final meme, whatever you want to call your final file. Now I'm going to go ahead and just exit this without saving it. But again, you can save your 3D project so you can come back and change some of it. But if you click on here, I'm going to say don't save. And I'm going to move over to what we originally started talking about, and that's in Reddit. And in Reddit, you just create a post or whatever program, and you use their upload function. Here's the page on Instagram's desktop client to upload. Go out to wherever you have your videos at, or your file saved at. You scroll down until you find, there it is, your final meme. And you click on that, uploads it to your social media, and you're ready to go. So there you have it, how to use the built-in 3D Paint program to create memes for your use on social media. Hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video. And if you want to get more, just subscribe to Old Guy Geek. You can also follow me at Facebook or Twitter. The links to those are in the description of this video.